What is up, NieceeGANG, and welcome back to the channel. And so this is going to be another part of the Meals with Moniece series, and we are going to be making surf and turf for dinner. So let's get into it.
Please excuse my absence, I've been out working my ass off.
So y'all know your girl loves to eat, and because I love to eat, I love to cook. And so lately I've been testing myself and just trying different recipes. I posted a little bit about it on like my Instagram and stuff and on my TikTok, but tonight I wanted to try a new version of surf and turf with some homemade mashed potatoes and some broccoli. So y'all will see just the process of me cooking dinner for me and my family.
We can't let it slip away, drift away, can go to waste I say it straight to your face, won't contemplate, you got to play that, babe. I don't wanna wait another minute for you. I know you got me falling from the ceiling for you. You went from the start, there was no limit to you. And I'm catching.
So I went ahead and started with my potatoes because I did have to let them go ahead and boil. I ended up putting them in 2 different pots because there was too many potatoes. But I put those in a pot and let them boil for about 25 to 27 minutes just to get them soft enough to mash them.
Whoa, whoa.
After that, I went ahead and got my broccoli so I can start prepping it. So I washed everything off and then just cut it down into chunks so that I can put it in a pan and put it in the oven.
Baby, we took a trip, now we on your block and it's like a ghost town. Baby, where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you punks, you can't even pay me enough to react. Been waking up in the crib and sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. Please don't pay that nigga songs in this party, I can't even listen to that. Anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory lap. Hey, shawty come sit on my lap. Hey, they saying Tracy just snap.
So for my broccoli, I just did some simple seasonings. I just put on some white pepper, some Himalayan pink salt, and then I put a little bit of oil on there and mixed it all together.
Damn, baby. Yeah. Where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that?
Of course, after that, it was time to wash and peel my shrimp.
No woman that can take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love.
So once all of them have been peeled, of course, they got another wash, and then I went ahead and grabbed my pan so that I can start cooking the shrimp. Now, when I say seasoning, I always say season to your preferences because everybody has different taste buds. With my shrimp, I really did a little bit of like Old Bay, some salt, some pepper, and I want to say a little bit of chili powder. I can't really remember. But I went ahead and just added them into the pan and then added the seasonings on top, and then I would flip it over and add just a little bit more seasoning on the other side while it's cooking.
Be the one on my team. Tell me, would you? See, what's the point in waiting anymore? Cause girl, I've never been more sure that baby it's you. This ring here represents my heart and everything that you've been waiting for. Just say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me. Ain't gotta
So again, you know, you always season to your own preferences. Some people only do salt and pepper on their steaks. For me, I just did some seasoned salt, some garlic powder, a little onion powder, and then I did some paprika, I want to say, and I just mixed all that in, and I did the same thing on the other side, just a little bit of seasoning on that side, rubbed it all together, and made sure I rubbed it on the sides as well.
I can see us holding hands.
And once my skillet was hot enough, I went ahead and popped those into it so they can start searing.
Be my baby, and you make it my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be.
And while my steaks were cooking, I went ahead and started on my potatoes. So for the potatoes, I added some salt and some black pepper this time, a little bit of heavy cream, and then a little bit of butter as well. And I just started mashing it up until it got to the consistency that I wanted.
I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town. And I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky. Who am I by? Usually I.
So after all the meat and stuff was flipped, I went ahead and took out my broccoli, and now I'm just basting my steaks. Just take a little butter. You can do like parsley or anything like that and put it in the pan, and then just ladle that over the steaks. And then after that, these are gonna go into the oven to finish cooking.
Put your sweats on for me. Yeah.
So now that that's done, it was time to make my sauce. So I just took the skillet that I used to cook the shrimp in. I put some butter in there and then let that melt down. And then in this skillet, I'm going to add some more heavy cream, some minced garlic, and some Parmesan. I did shredded Parmesan cheese and a little bit of mozzarella cheese. You don't have to add the cheese for the garlic sauce, but I like cheese and I wanted a cheesy sauce, so that's what I did.
Come go and chill.
Now, I always taste test my food. So if you feel like this needs more seasoning, more cream, whatever, do you. But I thought mine was good, so I just went ahead and let it get thick enough and how I want it. So then after that, it was time for plating. So I do a plate for me and my husband, of course, a bowl for Destiny. And then with Yanni, I'll get her a bowl just to put all her food together, but she does not like eating off of plates. So I end up just putting it on top of her high chair anyway, and she'll eat off of there. So you'll see here where everything is coming together, the mashed potatoes, the broccoli, and the steak and the shrimp and the sauce. And yes, my mashed potatoes are chunky because I love chunky mashed potatoes, and that's how my family eats it.
To worry about a thing, I gotta let me show you better than no, just a name on you be my soldier.
And yes, your girl was super excited because I do cook my steaks medium, and these came out exactly how I wanted them. And that's it, and that is all. So let me know if y'all like this video, and if you want to see more, drop it in the comments.